Have you ever sat down to work, stared at your screen, and realized your brain just isn't there? Like you're awake, but not clear? What if I told you this brain fog isn't random and you might be making one small mistake every single morning that's keeping you stuck in it? A few months ago, I came across someone who had everything going right in life. Good job, stable routine, decent sleep, but every morning the same thing kept happening. They'd sit with their coffee, scroll their phone, rush through breakfast, and within an hour, they were distracted, tired, unfocused. By afternoon, completely drained. And honestly, that's not just their story, that's most people's reality right now. Here's the interesting part, though. Nothing was actually wrong with them. Their brain wasn't broken, it was just overloaded, inflamed, and disconnected from how it's naturally meant to function. So the real question becomes, what if clarity isn't something you need to create, but something you simply need to stop blocking? Think about your own morning for a second. Are you rushing your food, scrolling while eating, depending on caffeine just to feel normal? What if those small habits are quietly building the fog you're trying to escape? Now here's where things start to shift. After combining modern science with ancient Zen wisdom, everything comes down to something surprisingly simple. Not 20 habits, not expensive supplements, not some extreme routine, just 4 foods and how you eat them. That's it. And I know, it sounds too simple to be powerful, but that's exactly why it works. Because the truth is, the more complicated your routine becomes, the more likely you are to quit. The more rules you add, the heavier it feels, and eventually you stop doing it completely. So instead of adding more pressure, we strip everything down. Eat real, natural foods, especially in the morning, eat slowly with full attention, replace the constant coffee overload with something that gives you calm, focused energy, and support your gut because your brain depends on it more than you think. That's the foundation. And when you actually stick to it, something begins to change, not instantly, but naturally. Now here's where most people fall off, not because this doesn't work, but because they stop. You miss one day, then another, and suddenly it feels like you failed, so you quit. But there's a powerful idea from Zen that changes everything. Every moment is a fresh start. You didn't ruin your progress, you just paused it. So why do we treat one bad day like it cancels everything? If you're honest with yourself, you'll notice something else too. When life gets stressful, when you feel overwhelmed, that's when you abandon the habits that would actually help you the most. You stop eating mindfully, you go back to distractions, you rush everything. But what if that's exactly when you need these practices the most? Another mistake people make is becoming obsessed with results. Do I feel clear yet? Is it working? Why am I not different already? That constant checking creates pressure, and that pressure creates stress, and that stress makes your thinking even worse. So instead, shift your focus. Eat well because it feels good. Slow down because it grounds you. Let clarity come naturally instead of forcing it. You don't need perfection. You don't need to completely reset your life overnight. You don't need to become someone else. You just need one small change, done consistently. Maybe tomorrow morning you eat without your phone for the first time in years. Maybe you take a few deep breaths before your first bite. Maybe you simply choose food that actually supports your brain instead of draining it. That's enough to begin. And listen, if your brain fog feels heavy, if it's affecting your work, your focus, your daily life, I want you to understand something clearly. You're not alone and you're not broken. You're just out of alignment with what your body and mind need, and that can change. And if you're already doing okay, then this isn't just about fixing fog. This is about unlocking a higher level of clarity, the kind where you stay focused for hours without forcing it, where you remember things easily, where your mind feels light instead of heavy. That next level is real, and it's built on simple things done right. There's a Zen saying that explains this perfectly. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Nothing changes on the outside, but everything changes in how you experience it. Same life, different mind. That's what clarity gives you. So now the only real question is, what will you do tomorrow morning? Not next week, not someday, tomorrow. Just one small step. That's where everything begins. If this made you think differently, even for a moment, hit like so more people struggling with brain fog can find this, and drop a comment telling me where you're watching from or what you're going to try first. I'd genuinely like to know. And if you want more simple ideas like this that actually improve how you feel every day, make sure you subscribe. Also, you'll see a Hypes button just below this video. Go ahead and tap that. It helps push this video to more people over the next few days, especially to audiences in the US. Your mind isn't the problem, the fog is, and now you know how to clear it. Start tomorrow. Stay clear, stay present, and stay sharp.